Hi, everyone. I'm Jay Fadden. Thank you so much for joining us today on This Is the Day. And Father Reed, we go to the West Coast today and overseas.
Absolutely. And as you know, I love the West Coast. And Max Espinosa is with us today. He's the director of Hollywood Acting Studios in Culver City, California. Would love to be in Culver City with Max today, but we're going to have a chance to talk to him and also go over to Rome to visit Piazza della Minerva.
Kevin, what we hear about in the news today?
Jay, the Pope talked about St. Joan of Arc at his audience this past week. We'll tell you what he said. The Pope also wrapped up the week of prayer for Christian unity with an evening prayer service. And the Catholic University of America inaugurated their new president. All those stories ahead in the news. Jay?
All that and much more right now on This Is the Day. Hello. I'm Jay Fadden. Thank you so much for joining us today on This Is the Day. So glad that you tuned in. We're glad that you're with us. And you're going to enjoy the show because we're going to be traveling all over the place. But first, we start right here in our living room at Catholic TV. How are you, Father Reed?
I'm doing well. I was just sitting here the other day enjoying the installation of John Garvey, the 15th President of Catholic University of America. And it was a great event that we were able to show here on Catholic TV. And great honor for me to be able to describe the goings-on of that beautiful liturgy and installation inauguration. Yeah.
It was unbelievable. The interesting thing to us is obviously we get the feed in, the satellite feed, and at first I said, wow, there's not too many people there. And then the procession started.
Oh, the academic procession. Sure.
The academic procession started, and next thing you knew, it was filled. And as usual, we have to thank our great friends down at the Basilica, Jackie and Monsignor Rossi, for allowing us to bring that into your living room, and we hope you enjoyed it. But a big step for Catholic University, which is so important to the life of the Church.
Such a great moment for our nation's capital this week, this entire week. First of all, the March for Life, and we were able to produce and bring to you here on Catholic TV the Youth Rally and Mass from the Verizon Center with Cardinal Wuerl and many bishops from around the country. And what a tremendous showing that was of support for what is so central to our faith, our belief that every human person is of incredible dignity and worth, created in the image and the likeness of God. So we were in Washington for that and the inauguration of the new president of Catholic University and also the Association of Catholic Colleges and Universities this weekend. So we love Washington, D.C.
Yeah,
we really do.
We had 3 times, so you're going down there, you're going to meet some people and say hello and talk to some presidents?
Yeah, and get some...
one president to another.
From one president to another, yeah, that's it. So it's a big week for Washington. And, of course, we're going to be on the West Coast today with Max and in Rome. So a great show planned for you. It'll be over before you know it, so enjoy it.
People should know, when we started and you said you wish you were out there now, L.A. is one of your favorite places in the world. Now, I know it's Culver City, but L.A. is one of your favorite places in the world.
I don't believe this, of course, because I'm a Catholic and a disciple of Jesus Christ. But if I had another life, I'm sure I lived in Los Angeles, but I know that didn't happen. So,
well, we have to remind you too that we have our prayer box here that is full. What am I going to do? I'm going to have to get a box for another box.
Yeah, I think you are. It's kind of overloaded, overstuffed.
Well, it's good and it's a challenge in the sense that it's so nice of all of you who've written in, and for so many of you at home who have prayed for people who write in, not only for themselves but mostly for other people, and. Then you think of people who are struggling out there and who are looking for prayers, and we're a powerful prayer community, and I think of iCatholic, which is a great opportunity for people to join together and ask for prayer intentions. I've done it for my friend Dave, and I see a lot of others. I saw Mary just did that too. So a lot of people are putting prayer intentions on there.
On iCatholic.com. And, hey, speaking of being overstuffed, by the way, the box is overstuffed. Do I look a little overstuffed today?
You never look overstuffed.
You have to understand, a little behind the scenes here, there's this big losing weight thing going on here at Catholic TV. I'm not involved in it. I'm on the gaining weight thing. So what I've done, I kind of cheated. Underneath my shirt here, I left my sweatshirt on.
Are you cold?
Well, it's always cold in here.
Did you?
So,
you
I feel overstuffed.
the sad part is I would have never noticed it. So you don't have to
that's
go
not
on that
good.
losing weight thing with
I'm not
everyone else.
planning on it.
Good, good. Well, we have letters. You have the first one, Father. What do you have?
Yeah, Chris writes in, thanks for all the beautiful programs on Catholic TV, but most especially the Mass. There you go. What a privilege we have to enjoy each day and being able to turn on the TV and have a priest celebrating Mass for us. And very appropriately, Father Reed falls with the Most Holy Rosary. Sometimes I catch This Is the Day. Well, that's good. Jay is so young when I first saw him.
What?
And thankfully, he continues to be a very warm and caring presence, but he's no longer young. No, he didn't say that. And that's from Chris. Thanks, Chris, for pointing out the obvious.
Wait a second now. First of all, that was very nice of Chris, and thank you, Chris. But I remember Jay when he was young. I think I still am young, aren't I?
Every once in a while, we play one of these nostalgic videos.
You're going to call it nostalgic
with
now?
Monsignor McFarlane and everything, and you look like you're in high school.
Well, when you get to historic, then I'm in big trouble. Once you go from nostalgic to historic, I'm in trouble. This letter is from Dorothy, and it said, "Thank God and thank you for your staff for Catholic TV. The Rosary is important to me daily. I watch and enjoy Father Hickey and Father Rouse daily. I did have to adjust to Father Hickey's personality. We all have, but now I enjoy it. Father Rouse is a great pianist. Thanks for giving my life an added dimension." And just to tell you about Father Rouse, who is a great pianist, he actually, if you say a song, he could just play it. He could just play it. It's amazing.
I've never seen anything like it in my life. I'd love to be able to do that, but I can't. Yeah. Maybe in another life. Okay, here's another nice card, which comes from Emily and Drake. She writes, "We really enjoy Catholic TV programs. With TV the way it is today, it is wonderful to have the Catholic TV programs to turn to. Thank you so much for great TV and entertainment." And we like to think that we're getting there. It's always a process. We're always growing. And here at the Catholic TV Network, we like to think that our programming is getting greater and that it is good and entertaining TV, always presenting the message of our Catholic faith, but in a way that inspires. Yeah.
This next letter, Jay is very young, maybe the youngest person on the staff.
Where'd you get that?
Well, actually, now it's come up, so they're saying that that's not actually the letter. This is from Jean. "I and a zillion others would be lost without Catholic TV. A fact, especially in today's world." And we agree with you, Jean, and thanks so much for writing in. We hope you can write in, and it's easy to do. Write us at Catholic TV, 34 Chestnut Street, Box 9196, Watertown, Massachusetts, 02471, or you can email us at thisisaday@catholictv.org.
Does that mean that we have a zillion viewers?
That'd be great.
Zillions. That's expanding a little bit.
Well, that would be into space.
I think it's 5.7 million. A zillion would be a little much.
Well, all you're counting, when you say 5.7, you're just counting people who can watch us via cable. You're not talking about the internet and all of that.
Yeah, that's true, too.
We've got over 30,000 people who've just watched in a couple of weeks the program on the Pope.
Yeah, it's nice that the Mass is seen by over 1 million each day, too, which is really great.
Joining us now is Max Espinoza, Director of Operations of Hollywood Acting Studios in sunny California. Max, how you doing?
Good morning, Father. How are you, Father Reed and Jay?
Great.
We are great. Hey, I have to tell you, first of all, we are jealous of you because we have a lot of snow out here. And is it sunny out there right now?
Oh, yes, it is.
Yeah, now you're just going to rub it in, aren't you?
A little bit, yeah, if I can.
Hey, Max, tell us what prompted you to establish Hollywood Acting Studios?
Well, Father, I've been working in the entertainment industry for 3 years now, and I've had a chance to interact with many well-known artists in the industry. Throughout this time, I've come to realize that there is a big necessity to help the future actor to balance his personal life, to show him that there are bigger priorities in life than just awards and the recognition of the people, And I've met actors that have a lot of fame and success that have approached me to ask me for advice in basic things in life, and most of the time it has to do a lot with just their work, So I've come to realize that the price of fame is very high, and all we need to do is to show them how to balance their career as an actor and success with their personal life, with what's most important, God, family, among other things. So that's what pushed me. That's what pushed us to open Hollywood Acting Studio. It's the need of so many actors to take care of their moral values, especially on the set, because just nobody seems to care about it anymore, So that's how it all started.
Max, I have to ask you the very name Hollywood. Okay, we think Hollywood, and you are there near Hollywood, but why Hollywood? What's the significance of the name?
Well, we want to plant a cross here in the middle of LA, in the middle of Hollywood. We just thought that it would be nice to put to knock one L out and just call it Hollywood, because we really want to plant a cross in the middle of this town, and show actors the true meaning of acting, show them that there are more ways to express art, and without compromising your values, So that's how it all started, we're close to Hollywood. Why not call it Hollywood?
Yeah.
Oh, I think it's great, and I think what you're doing is wonderful and very much needed in today's world. When will Hollywood open for students?
Well, we will. The start of classes will open March 28th, so that's God willing, and that's when we are going to have all of our students. We expect 50. Space is limited, so yeah. So March 28th will be the date.
So, Max, this is Father Reed. Now, we're going to send Jay out there. And
okay.
what kind of classes and experience can Jay and the other students expect?
Well, our acting studio will have what we call the 4 pillars that are fundamental for the development for professional and emotional of the actor. The first one is, of course, acting. Our acting classes will be the best in the industry. We have the same acting classes at the top acting studios in Hollywood. Nevertheless, these classes will also teach the aspiring actor to give always a clean message without making them compromise their values while they study their acting scenes. Then we have a second one called leadership. This class is designed for the aspiring actors to not get influenced by the industry, but instead that they influence the industry with their example. So this leadership course is key for the future actor because they will become a light in the darkness for many in the industry, Then we have another one called personal growth and development. This program is designed for the future actor that he realizes his existence and the real meaning of their lives. It will show them everything by reason, that the only path that will take you to a perfect balance between emotions and life is God. And the fourth one is called health and fitness, and in this program we will show them how to eat healthy, how to exercise in a proper way, the way that God created your body. We also combine these teachings with John Paul II's theology of the body, which I'm sure you're familiar with. And these teachings go hand in hand with our program, and we'll teach the students that their bodies are the temples of the Holy Spirit. Now, with these 4 pillars, we can guarantee that the students will not just come out as great actors, but also they will become people of integrity that will be capable of mixing their Catholic moral values with their professional career. So it's the 4 pillars that are, these 4 pillars are, essential for the growth of actors, in their personal career and in their personal life, which you don't see much often anymore.
Well, this is great, Max, because you're not just giving people techniques, you're forming people so that they understand better about themselves. We're going to have to talk to you in about 6 months, see how things are going. But where can people learn more about Hollywood Acting Studios?
Sure. They can go into our website. It's www.hollywoodactingstudio.com. And they can send us an email to contact@hollywoodactingstudio.com. And then from there, we'll let them know where to enroll, and we'll follow through. But they can also join us on our Facebook page. If you just type Hollywood Acting Studio, it will appear. And you can follow us on Twitter @Hollywood Acting.
Well,
so those are the 3 places that people can get to know us. If they go on the website, they can see the mission statement. They can see the gallery. They can see just anything they want to see there. They'll find it.
I've been to the website, and it's excellent.
It really is.
Well, Max, thanks so much, and maybe Catholic TV and Hollywood can do some stuff together. We'll have to talk at another time.
For sure, and let me know when Jay wants to come here. I'll be more than happy to receive him.
Okay. And I became a fan of Hollywood on Facebook today, this very morning.
Oh, very good, Father. Well, I'm sorry, Jay. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Jay and Father Reed.
Thank you.
All right. right.
Thanks, Max. Have a wonderful day now
God
in
bless.
sunny California.
Same to you.
I don't know if I could do it, Father, though, because I am actually too old, it seems, from reading some of the mail and from what you were saying.
Well, I was reflecting back on that piece you did with Father Dan, you know, that Jay's World
Yes.
pieces that you did. Yeah, that was...
I was pretty good in that.
you were pretty good.
But you know what
I
I was
mean,
really good
you
in?
can
The
always get
pieces
better.
I did with Kevin Nelson. Kevin,
True.
how about that, acting in those pieces?
Jay, wait till it gets a load of your Edward G. Robinson, and he'll just sign you up right on the spot.
Yeah, sure. Kevin, what's going on in the news around the world?
I'm sorry I said that. Thanks, Jay and Father. Hello, everyone. It is time to take a look at the news, and we begin from the Vatican. Pope Benedict XVI is telling politicians to be more like St. Joan of Arc. During his weekly general audience, the Pope said, "Here is a beautiful example of holiness for lay people involved in politics, especially in difficult situations. Faith is the light that guided all her choices." The Pope said the saint's deep prayer life and total devotion to serving God and the good of her fellow citizens is what politicians should strive for. The Pope's remarks about St. Joan of Arc continued his ongoing series of audience talks about influential Catholic women of the Middle Ages. The Pope said that St. Joan of Arc, like St. Catherine of Siena, lived her faith commitment not in a cloister, but in the midst of the most dramatic realities of the Church and the world of her time. St. Joan and St. Catherine are perhaps the best examples of those strong women who at the end of the Middle Ages brought the gospel to bear on the complex events of history. In other news from the Vatican, Pope Benedict XVI presided over an ecumenical evening prayer service at Rome's Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls, marking the close of the week of prayer for Christian unity. Rome Reports has more on this prayer service.
For Benedict XVI, Christian unity is a moral imperative. He says in order to obtain it, we must overcome any pessimism or resignation about the process. This came during the closing ceremony of the Week of Prayer for Christian Unity at Rome's Basilica of St. Paul outside the walls. The Pope emphasized his closeness to the Christian communities of Jerusalem and used them as an example of unity.
I cristiani della Città Santa ci invitano a rinnovare e rafforzare il nostro impegno per il ristabilimento della piena unità, meditando sul modello di vita dei primi discepoli di Cristo riuniti a Gerusalemme.
Benedict XVI said that to achieve Christian unity, it's necessary to continue talking about the common heritage that all Christians share.
Il nostro dovere è proseguire con passione il cammino verso questa meta con un dialogo serio e rigoroso per approfondire il comune patrimonio teologico, liturgico e spirituale, con la reciproca conoscenza, con la formazione ecumenica delle nuove generazioni e soprattutto con la conversione del cuore e con la preghiera.
The celebration was held at the feast of the conversion of St. Paul. The Pope asked the Apostle for his help to achieve Christian unity.
In questo cammino di ricerca della piena unità visibile tra tutti i cristiani ci accompagna e ci sostiene l'Apostolo Paolo, del quale quest'oggi celebriamo solennemente la festa della conversione.
The feast was attended by leaders of other Christian denominations, as well as representatives of the International Commission for Theological Dialogue between the Catholic Church and the Eastern Churches, who gathered in the Vatican to promote ecumenism.
Pater et Filius et Spiritus Sanctus.
Looking at news now from around the country, the new president of the Catholic University of America is calling for a rebirth in Catholic intellectual life. In an event seen here on Catholic TV, John H. Garvey was sworn in Tuesday as the university's 15th president. In his inaugural address, Garvey quoted Pope Benedict XVI when he visited the school in 2008, saying, "This is a place to encounter the living God. This relationship elicits a desire to grow in the knowledge and understanding of Christ and his teaching." The inaugural Mass was celebrated at the Basilica of the National Shrine of the Immaculate Conception by Cardinal Donald Wuerl, Catholic University's chancellor. He was joined by Chicago Cardinal Francis George, Boston Cardinal Sean O'Malley, as well as Archbishop Pietro Sambi, the Vatican's Apostolic Nuncio to the United States, and by more than a dozen bishops from around the world and from around the United States and nearly 100 priests. Garvey said of his new mission, the intellectual life, like the acquisition of virtue, is a communal, not a solitary undertaking. We learn from each other. Garvey went on to say that a Catholic intellectual culture will be something both distinctive and wonderful if we bring the right people into the conversation and if we work really hard at it. Garvey, who was 62 years old, was dean of Boston College's law school when he was appointed to his new post. And in news now from Canada, Catholic schools in Edmonton, Alberta will no longer use gambling as a source of funding. The Canadian schools trustees have voted to abolish gambling activities. However, casino revenues will continue to be used during the search for alternative funding options. In the fall, the Archdiocese of Edmonton implemented new guidelines which forbid Catholic groups from raising money through harmful gambling activities. The $6 million raised through casino activities every 18 months is used to pay for school field trips, hot lunch programs, equipment, and other services. Archdiocesan Chancellor Father Gregory Bittman acknowledges that some schools wouldn't survive without casino funds, but the Archdiocese believes fundraising without casinos is an attainable goal. Trustees will meet with community members and parent council members February 24th to discuss how the community can support the policy and continue to fund schools properly. Well, that is all the information we have for you on this Friday, January 28, 2011. Let's go back over to Father Reed and Jay with more of This Is the Day.
Kevin, you getting used to those new digs yet over there?
Yeah, getting used to, a little brighter over here,
You look good.
Bright lights, big city,
Yeah, no, you're looking sharp.
Well, thank you.
We'll talk to you in a little while, Kev.
Appreciate it.
I'm sure you're going to mosey on over here at some point, and we always enjoy that very, very much. Well, over in Rome we were, and you know the
Eternal
part.
City.
I love the music at the beginning, by the way. I just
the
have to say,
mandolin?
I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
That's Dave playing, I think. Dave
I
plays
don't,
the
really?
mandolin. Yeah.
See, that's news to me. That's something new that I didn't know.
He recorded that in his basement or something like that.
Where are we going this
We're going to
week?
Piazza della Minerva, one of my favorite little piazzas in Rome. It's the smallest obelisk is right in the center. The site of the Inquisition was right there, the former Holy Office. It's a Gothic church inside. People like St. Catherine of Siena and Fra Angelico are buried there. It's a beautiful little spot.
Galileo? Something about Galileo?
Galileo was tried there,
Really?
in the days of the Inquisition, sure.
See, I know my stuff. Actually, you told me right before we came on, so I thought I'd throw it in and look like I know my stuff. So, let's go and see this piece from Rome. I think you're going to enjoy it, and listen to the music.
Hey, back in Rome, I'm Father Reed. Ciao, amici. We are standing here now in the famous little piazza where one can experience Egyptian and Roman past, along with day-to-day life here in the middle of the city of Rome, modern Rome. Tourists sometimes call this place the Elephant Piazza because in front of the church is one of the most curious monuments of Rome, the so-called Pulcino della Minerva. This is a statue designed by our good friend, the sculptor Bernini, of an elephant as the supporting base for an obelisk. And it's the shortest of the 11 Egyptian obelisks here in Rome, and said to have been brought here as one of two by the Emperor Diocletian for placement in the Temple of Isis, which once stood not too far away. The obelisk is only about 15 feet tall, and it's made of red granite. Now, from the 17th century, this former Dominican convent to the left became the base of the Roman Inquisition or the Holy Office. This is the very place where the trial and recantation of Galileo occurred. Very interesting. Little actually remains of the Dominican complex except the cloister, and now, today, it holds the library of the Italian Senate. Now, behind me, the Basilica of Santa Maria sopra Minerva, sopra meaning over, is built over the Roman temple dedicated to Minerva, and it's the only Gothic-style church in Rome with Gothic-style stained glass windows. Truly beautiful, a serene place. The ceiling is painted blue with gold stars, and it's the home of some very, very beautiful works of sculpture and art. Also, the remains of St. Catherine of Siena are interred here, as well as the Renaissance painter Fra Angelico. There's also a beautiful fresco representing the life of St. Thomas Aquinas. It's a beautiful place. You have to see it. Well, now you have seen it. Here, Piazza della Minerva in the Eternal City. For now, everyone, ciao. Ci vediamo presto.
And we are back from Rome, and we have the prayer box, and I ask that you remember everyone who's in there, but we probably should remember you too, Kevin, because you're going to be on the road with Emily and Andrew.
Where you were going with that?
For 3 or more hours today, and Andrew is not a big fan of being on the highway.
That's not like the highway. I don't know why, but it just feels like whenever we get on there, we're going to be on there for a long time.
Well, he's right today, because you're traveling, yeah.
Don't tell him that.
Well,
The ski traffic.
Well, I keep talking about it. I saw Rome, and I keep saying, well, we've had over 30,000 people in the past 2 weeks visit and watch the program on Rome, but I never tell them how they can watch it. How can people watch it online?
Well, they can watch it on YouTube, and they have, as you say, been over 30,000 people that have watched it there. But you can watch it at our website at a very simple address to remember, visitthepope.com. Visitthepope.com, and it's there in 2D and, as Kevin Nelson would say, eye-popping 3D.
Eye-popping. And also, we can see the installation of John Garvey, the new president of Catholic University, right?
Yeah, you just go into this little search box on our website, and you just type in Catholic University, and you'll find it, and you can watch the entire Mass. It's long, but President Garvey gave a great talk on the idea of a university.
I'd never seen an installation for a president like that before, and what I enjoyed about it was the context of the Mass being involved, which is very important, and also he started the Creed and was so involved as a Catholic, which is great to see. I just thought that was very enjoyable.
Made his oath of fidelity, and a lot of the bishops were there, of course, indicating the tie-in between the bishops of the United States and Catholic University of America.
Aren't you glad you're not going to be 3 hours in a car with 2 young children?
I think I'd take about an hour of that.
Then what do you do? Just stop driving.
Well, you'll be traveling as well,
Yeah, you'll be going to Washington.
True
You'll be
enough.
going to New Hampshire.
True enough. No kids, though.
That's right.
And I will be at Channel 7. So we're all doing something
Thank you for that.
exciting this weekend. Well, thank you so much for joining us this weekend on This Is the Day. We'd like to thank Max for being with us. And, of course, hope you enjoyed our trip to Italy. And we'll remember all those people in the prayer box and know that all of you are in our thoughts and in our prayers.
And as we keep you in our thoughts and in our prayers, we ask God to continue to bless you with all good things, the help that you need in this life, and hopefully for all of us one day, the joy of seeing God face to face in eternal life. And may Almighty God bless you, the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Amen.
Amen.
Thank you so much for joining Jay and Kevin and Max and all of us here in the Catholic TV living room. We love coming into yours. Until next time, everyone, God bless and have a great weekend.